Hello, welcome to Haunted Passengers. Today's guest is Mr. Gearshark here, who's got a spooky story to tell me. Go ahead, Mr. Gearshark. Let's let it rip,
Ah, my
baby.
my spooky story was I am a trucker and I drove all over the United States.
You were, or you are still.
I was a trucker, not anymore,
I see, I see.
but I was trucking with my coworker Dennis, and I did the night shift and he did the day shift. And there was this day,
You guys were doing like 24-hour, like you guys wouldn't stop basically. You just go all like
like, oh yeah, no,
nonstop.
truck never stopped. We always ran. It's
It's
24/7.
kind of crazy.
It was fun though, but truck never stops. Maybe for like 45 minutes a day at
Just for
most.
like loading and offloading is probably the longest you're stopped.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. Just unloading and loading, but even that's pretty fast usually.
No, yeah.
But basically, there's this time I think it was Texas. I want to say it was some state with oh
Text?
a whole crap load of trees were there. Basically, it wasn't like normal trees. It was like outback trees, and I was driving on this road,
What
and
do outback trees look like?
uh
Like the
it,
steakhouse?
like I don't know, they're like spookier trees than normal. It was just like
They just don't have many leaves and stuff?
no, it's like think like I don't know, think like horror game trees. How to put
Okay.
it, but
I've
like
placed it in my head.
basically there's just like this road, and there's like if you got stopped or like pulled over there, there's nowhere to
Yeah.
pull over. You just be like if somebody like parked in front of you, you just be stuck unless you like ran through. So it's just
So
I
it's
was
just
always
like single lane both ways?
yeah exactly, and like
Okay.
literally super dense trees like all around you, so it's like kind of claustrophobic inducing. And there's
Yeah.
just this like every once in a while I'll be like a little pull off area for trucks, but it's like just big enough to fit your tractor trailer. We were driving
Oh,
down
okay.
there for like a couple hours, and uh, at one point I just started tearing up when I saw this thing on the side of the road, and it looked like how, like what straps look like for your like the back of a truck or something, or like
Yeah,
your
like your
pickup.
loading straps that you strap all your like stuff down
Yeah.
with?
Well, I
Yeah.
saw something that kind of looked like that, but like a gigantic amalgamation of them, and it was like moving around on the side of the road, and it was
Like
that's
a like a tentacle monster, but they're made of straps?
pretty much like not like a small amount either. Like imagine like a big bush. And I just
How
saw it.
tall? How tall are we talking? Taller than you?
Probably like 4 feet tall by like 6 or 7 feet around. I would say.
And they're like a strap monster.
Yeah, and it was like fucking moving around, and it's like I don't know, it fucked me up because it's like you can't stop. I'm not gonna stop for this monster. I don't know what that thing
Who's
is.
crossing the road?
Well, it was on the side and it was like moving around, and I didn't stop for it, but it was like it was bad enough that I literally just started crying when I was like driving, and I like
That's
pulled
so
over.
weird.
I've never had that before.
I wonder what it was. It just a tumbleweed? Probably not if it was like
No,
strap working.
it looked like thick straps, and it was just like a gigantic pile of them that were like moving around. And I don't. It's like it's so specific because I've never seen that ever before. Doesn't. It sounds like something that's made up too.
Yeah, it sounds like one of them like Texas cryptoids or whatever.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't like. Nobody describes a monster. It looked like a big pile of straps there. It was like moving. No, but that's what it
It was
looked like.
like looked like a big scary bag of screws wandering down the highway.
Yeah. It was just like, ah, that was my scary story. It was the middle of the night. It was, and I saw it clear. It was very like fucking clear because I had my headlights on it. I was driving by, so I was just like really upset that I saw that.
I
And so I
It
didn't
kind of
stop for like the
reminds
extra two
me.
hours. I'll go.
Oh, you were supposed to pull over like right after that, and you just went and kept going.
Pretty much, I went fuck that. I'm not stopping for a while until I'm like forever away from that.
It kind of reminds me, it was a while ago, but my cousin, I'm pretty sure, told me a story, or he too was truck driving. I think it was like wintertime, and he pulled over on the side of like the highway to like go out and take a piss. And he went over like the like berm because they had pushed all the snow up. And then I think he like slipped and fell and like slid down the hill a little bit, and it was like nighttime, and it was probably like a similar road to you, like it was very like low traffic and stuff. And I think he was like pissing, and he like looked through the trees and he saw like a glowing white orb coming towards him, and
Hmm.
he like freaked out and like it was bad enough that like he ran up and went into his truck and like started driving again, and he said he never like it was at least 6 months before he pulled over on the side of the road to like take pisses again. Like it freaked him out so bad that he just refused to exit his truck if it wasn't for being like offloading and unloading. I don't know what it
Yeah.
doesn't sound that creepy, but obviously it like freaked him out bad enough that he was like, "There's aliens in the wood, and they want my piss."
Did you say a white orb over his truck?
No, it was like coming through the trees towards him. Like he was away from the highway, so like his back's at facing the highway, and he's like looking out into the woods, and there's like this white orb traveling through the woods towards him.
Oh, what the fuck? That's
And
crazy.
like I think he was like watching it for a little bit and was like, "What is that? Is that a redneck with a flashlight?" Like, no, that's something else. I don't know what that is. Like, ran back to his truck and like escaped down the highway.
You unlocked like a hidden memory for me. I forgot. Dennis, my coworker that I was driving with, he said like when he was driving down the road, he saw just a white orb above the truck, and it freaked him out because he thought it was a UFO. I thought you were about to like
That's so.
say the same story for a second. I was
Just a
gonna actually.
street light. He's just parked under a street light. He's, what is that?
We were moving, so it couldn't have been a street light. That was also
It like
nighttime.
followed him.
Yeah, he said there was just a white like light above him that was like following him for a while, and he's got all freaked out about that.
That's so funny.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Could have been. I don't know if it was a plane or like a helicopter. There was just. Well, I think we would have heard a helicopter. But he just said there was like a white light that was just like above
He
him
didn't wake
for a
you up
while.
or anything.
No, he woke me up, but I didn't see it. He saw it apparently.
It would have been funny if he kept seeing it while you woke up and be like, "There's nothing up there." And he was like, "There's a white orb above us right now." Like, are you okay? Can we pull over? This is freaking me out.
Oh, that'd be spooky.
You don't have any other spooky incidences?
I have a funny one that's dumb, but that scared me. So
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
I thought I was in my this is when I was started going out solo, and I woke
Yeah.
up in the and I thought somebody was jumping into my cab, so my flight or escape response activated. So I just started, so like in the truck you have like this curtain in the middle that separates the front of the cab from like the sleeping area.
Oh
And I
yeah.
just and I woke up, thought there was 100% somebody in my truck, and I just started punching the crap out of my curtain there. And there was nobody on the other side. I felt really silly. And then I went back to bed.
There's a
Uh,
ghost here.
that's pretty much it. There's not been like, I'm trying to think. I haven't really had much other scary stuff other than that.
Yeah. You never had a ghost in your house? You
No,
never woke up in the middle of the night to a strange noise that came?
no, sadly not. Never been anything. Well, there is. Ah, this is not. This is not a ghost, but we have this cool thing at the building. So our building is like we have like
Like your
a.
house?
No, this is a different building we have in town. It's like a big
Okay.
ass like rental place my mom has, mostly
Yeah.
for stuff. But one of them we have is like just for us. We have like a workout space that's upstairs in it. But
Like
imagine
a
like,
gym?
yeah, a gym, but like imagine it in a rundown barn that has not been like
You
fixed for like
guys just
years.
lift hay bales and stuff?
Yeah, well, not hay bales, but like my mom's also a hoarder, so there's just random shit everywhere.
It's just a bunch of old, like, workout equipment and stuff?
Yeah, workout equipment, toys, but one of them that will scare the shit out of me or my dad every once in a while is she has all these toys, and some of them have like batteries in them. So there's one that's just like a screaming shark that'll randomly start screaming at them.
It's like, what is it, motion operated? Like, if it notice.
I think so, which is kind of worse if you think about it, because that means there is like a creature up there that's like activating it, I believe.
Oh, you guys weren't in the room when it would
No,
go
no,
off?
no, no. We would be like downstairs, and then it would just like start going off upstairs in the dark.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Yeah,
Is it the shark in the attic again? Yes, son, that's the shark in the attic. Don't worry about him.
my
Do
dad
you
said he
ever
would.
see it?
I mean, yeah, I mean it's a toy. It's just you can like go touch it.
Okay, he wasn't like, yeah, no, that's definitely the shark upstairs.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a toy. It just doesn't have that much battery left. But like my dad, like
Oh,
he went into the building once. And he said, and that thing went off, and he said, "You know what? I'm not going into there."
that sucks. Actually, that really reminds me of I used to have this like animatronic little Santa that would like wiggle back and forth and be like, "Have a happy jolly Christmas."
Oh,
And I found it a couple years ago and the batteries were getting really low on it. so it would still do everything, but it became like a demonic version of itself where it would like sing really slow and be like
That sucks.
happy jolly Christmas and in case you did and like it
That's
would move way
scary.
slower. It is scary and like yeah, it became my favorite Christmas thing. And yeah, it was like the batteries were just 15 years old in it, and it must have just been how that worked back then, how they have it set up, so like it still tried its best.
Damn, that's
I sh-
spooky.
yeah, I like because I didn't live at home for like a bunch of years, and then when I came back, I found it. We were like pulling all the things out, and I clicked it. So it went from this happy Santa from my childhood to like a demonic possession toy that would like ruin my Christmas.
Funny. Yeah, I don't have anything like toys like that that like ruins my Christmas. Thankfully, all that stuff is just like all the spooky stuff is not in my house. Thankfully, nothing else.
Yeah, I bought one of those because they're so cool. I bought one of those clapping monkeys with like the symbols
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you see all the time in like horror movies and games, and my dog does not like that one bit.
Your poor doggo.
It does it bolts out of the room. It doesn't even like, I can pull it out and it'll like look at it and you can like kind of manually operate the symbol by pushing down on its head and it'll be fine. And as soon as I like touch its head, it's like like runs out of the room. True, that thing's really loud too. I want to set it up in the forest somewhere and scare somebody, like motion operate it.
We got this like fucking we got this other thing in this building because my mom hoards everything. We have this like
Yeah,
really fucked up looking cat that's like dog sized. I have no idea what it's for, but it looks awful.
like it's a fake cat or like a taxidermy cat.
It's like so it's like it's got the ceramic face of a cat, but it's
Wait,
got
ceramic?
yeah, a ceramic face. Like
Okay,
it looks like shiny and glossy, but it
yeah.
looks really fucked up and awful. I'll have to send you a picture of it sometime. And but it's behind the face. This is like it's big. It's not small. It's like the size of a small bear. You can like sit on it.
Okay,
It's that big enough. And it's also made of
like
fur.
cougar size.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. But it's like really fat. So it's like short and fat, but you can sit on it. Maybe it's a chair actually. But we we have this guy called John that basically is hangs out on our farm sometimes, and he has this little like trailer that he brings here, a little
Yeah,
camper. Yeah, so me and my dad keep thinking about just stuff putting this cat like right behind his trail in the woods, just looking at him.
you should
Oh,
put it like in his on his bed while he's sleeping, so he wakes up laying on top of
we thought about just putting it inside his truck or his camper when he leaves it sometimes, and they'll just find the inside of it. It'd be kind of funny.
it.
We keep wanting to mess with him because he just has his like little camper like surrounded in the woods. Just be like, we have a lot of possibilities we want to do to him. He's a little jumpy too. He's a little gum freak. Oh, that'd be
You
fun.
you just find it with like a bullet hole in it.
He's the
He
kind of
doesn't
person to
say
do that.
anything to you. You just shot it and then like went out and found it and was like those assholes didn't bring it up.
He would absolutely do that too. Oh,
I'm eating good tonight. Yeah. Like goes out, it's a bunch of ceramic shattered in the forest. Oh,
man, I'm trying to think of any other spooky stuff. It's not really anything else spooky. I just have like a lot of close instances when I was driving where I almost died, but nothing else
I
really
don't know.
scary.
Yeah, some people have like tons of stories, others not so much.
I'm like,
There
yeah,
because there are like I guess just sometimes like how people's brains operate too. Like think the worst possible situation. Because like a lot of stories do come out and then like at the end it'd be like, oh, it was just a squirrel outside on the tree. I thought it was a guy with like a hacksaw trying to break into my house. Just like most people don't assume the squirrel's evil, but some people do.
you unlocked a hidden memory. You keep doing that. So so this happened when I was a kid, and
Yeah,
a baby fox walked right up to our window. Uh, it was not right. It was foaming at the mouth. It looked really like bad, if you know what I mean.
they had like rabies basically. Sounds like it.
Yeah. So I had rabies, and we had to deal with it because it's just outside our door, just like hanging out, waiting for the dogs to come out. Essentially, 'cause that's what things.
Oh,
Because things with rabies are basically just zombies, like actual real life zombies.
it's gonna rise up one day and eat you.
I would hit myself if it did that.
Most people would.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I forgot about that. That was like freaking out. That was, or not freaking out, but it was just weirding me out because it's just like a wild animal, just that is especially like super skittish, like a fox just walked up to the windows, like, "Can I come in, dude? Let me in. Come on."
I remember like my we'd have like our sliding glass doors open and my dad was on the computer. So he had the window open and he's hearing like little like footsteps down like the hallway. Thinks it's like our dog and he's on the computer and then he looks over and he's hearing like hissing. Like what the fuck's that? And he looks over and there's like a raccoon right beside him and somehow the raccoon had come into the house, went and ate all the dog food, and then went to go back up the same way he'd come in, and then noticed my dad there. So my dad looks over, and we have fat raccoons where I live. They're like way bigger than most raccoons, and it stands up on its hind paws, and it's like hissing at my dad. But my dad's kind of in between it and the door, and he's like, "Get out of here!" And it's like, and he's like, "Get out of here!" And it's like panicking as well, but also the only like exit that's open is on the other side, and my dad can't like get around the raccoon because it's literally in the doorway of the computer room hissing at him. And then finally, he like jumped at it and like scurried out.
Dude, raccoons are
Man,
mean.
I hate raccoons. We have where I live, they're like the only like annoying thing. Like we don't have bears around me or anything, but like I remember like scary, but I remember one time I like let my dog out and my dog's not like super big and there was raccoons in the cherry tree and it turned into this like what's that song that's like but it's like middle of the night and I let my dog out who notices the raccoons immediately and runs. So a raccoon drops out of the tree and starts running. So then my dog's chasing after the raccoon. So then I go to like chase after my dog. And then in between me and my dog, a second raccoon drops out of the tree and is chasing after my dog. So there's like a choo choo train of like people chasing around my yard. I'm like, rah, rah. My dog's like finally notices that it's also being chased by a raccoon and like panics. And then like the raccoons like scurry away. Ugh, I hate them.
Have you seen that
They're mean.
video? Have you seen that video of the guy that just has like a shit ton of raccoons on his porch and he's just feeding them hot dogs?
Yeah. It's funny because like when we first moved to like the town, we were kind of like that because I don't think we had raccoons before. So like my mom would be like feeding them dog food and it would just like every night a couple more would show up. But now it's the opposite. We're like, fuck raccoons. They keep like terrorizing our dogs.
The little children with hands and they're like outside. They're like children mixed with goblins, essentially. What raccoons are.
Oh, we used to like get in shit all the time because we had a composter outside and was those big black ones with like the twist lid on top. And we'd have to take out the compost every day and drop it in. And then in the morning, my dad would like wake us up and be like, God damn it, you guys left the lid off the compost again. And like everything got scattered around again. How many times I got to tell you to close the lid? And we're like, "Are you sure we closed the lid?" And like, it was every day. It was like that for like 2 weeks, and we kept getting in trouble. And then like me and my sister would go at the same time and like make sure we put the lid on properly. And then one day my mom was sitting out there and she heard like noise and she looked out into the yard and there's two baby raccoons and they were taking turns jumping up and swatting at like the handles and slowly over the course of like 20 minutes spinning the lid off. And then like yeah, they were like undoing the compost thing, and then my mom told my dad, and he was, "Oh, okay, sorry, so you
What?
guys were just doing it."
What the fuck? They're like little super geniuses.
They're really
Nice.
smart.
That's scary.
We have
I
like a
know they.
bunch of fruit trees and grapes around our property, so they just hang out in the end of the summer and just like mow down.
I didn't know they were smart enough to do that. So they were like actually like uncorking the fucking lid off that thing.
Yeah, I've seen them. We had a neighbor who had like birdseed or like dog food in like a little tin can, but it was like raccoon quote unquote proof. But it was small enough that the raccoons could pick it up. And they kept getting into it, and he couldn't figure out how. And then one day he was home because normally they worked like graveyards or afternoon shift. And he just kept hearing bang, 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 bang. And then like 5 minutes there, bang, 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 bang. And he finally went out and like looked, and these raccoons were picking up this raccoon proof dog food holder and throwing it down his stairs outside until it would like smash open, and then if it didn't, they would just carry it back up to the top of the stairs and drop it back down over and over and over again until this thing would open.
Fuck, it's funny. Damn, they're like little. Oh, they are little goblins. That's literally what goblins would do.
Let's wrap this up then.
So I one time when I was a kid, my dog's now afraid of cows because he touched the electric fence and thought the cow shocked him. But as a result, he also shocked me.
Wait, what? No, I'm back that up. You can't just speed through that. What?
What? So we when I was young, we have cows, right?
Yeah.
And then we kept it moving with electric fence, and our dog was like, "Oh, that cow looks kind of cool. I'm gonna go see what that cow is. What's this thing blocking the way?" So he went to go sniff the fence, and when he went to sniff it, he not only shocked the shit out of himself, he somehow managed to shock me. And ever since then, he's been afraid of cows because he thinks they have the power to fucking shock him now.
That's so funny. Like there are a bunch of like wizards out in the field, like casting spells on him.
He, he will not interact with cows. He thinks they'll actually like fucking zap him.
It's probably for the best, but still.
Is
I love
this funny?
electric fences.
Oh,
My friend had one, and we kept getting this one kid because like it would send pulses out, but it would
mm,
like so it wasn't like a one that was constantly on. It would be like, "Poof, poof," and it was very subtle.
mm.
So like we kept messing with this one kid because you could hear it coming, but it was very subtle. So we'd like touch the fence in between pulses and be like, ah, it's not that bad. And he'd be like, really? And then he would touch it and and it would, like hurt really bad. And then we'd be like, "What are you talking about?" We kept touching it, and it's like maybe you got a bad shock or something. Like it's not that bad. It's really like subtle. And we kept getting him to touch the fence over and over again, and then he finally figured it out. I was like, "Oh, fuck you, guy."
That's like something dark would fall for.
Yeah.
God, that's funny. Well,
Anywho, who?
oh man, is this the end of the podcast, dude?
Yeah. Thank you for sharing me your spooky, ooky, gooey stories with me.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro. You're
It was
welcome
a lot of
for.
fun.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to come again when uh, I get spooked again by something.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to have a terrible year full of like terrifying things, just so you could come on here
I
and tell
hope
me
not.
about it.
Oh, I'm too.
I
Oh
hope you wake up to a man with a machete in your bedroom,
no,
and he's
man.
like, "Hey, is this the way to the grocery store?" Like, no, the grocery store's down the hall and at my door. Please, 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 please. Oh, okay, see you. Sorry.
Jesus, I hope not. I have too many nightmares as it is. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
thank you for coming on. It was lots of fun.
Oh yeah, brother.
Bye.
Bye.